Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Greetings. I welcome you with all my heart. I love every one of you. Always remember deep in your heart that all is well and everything is unfolding as it should. There are no mistakes anywhere at any time. What appears to be wrong is simply your own false imagination. That's all. But we live in a universe of Brahman, of absolute reality, self-contained consciousness, where there is perfection, perfect life, perfect bliss, perfect being. This perfection knows nothing about right and wrong, good and bad, happy and sad. It only knows itself as perfection, and you are that. You are the self, that perfect immutable self. Nothing else exists. Nothing else ever existed. Nothing else will ever exist. There is only the one self, and you are that. Rejoice. When you really understand who you are, you will experience unalloyed happiness. Happiness that you only dreamt about. Happiness in the silence, where nothing is happening but you're happy. Always happy. Always at peace. All of the gods that you've been praying to all of your life. All of the Buddhas you've taken refuge in. The Krishnas, the Shivas, the Christ, Allah. They're all within you. You are that. There is no God that is external to you. There is no Buddha and God and you. There's only the one self, and you are that. Ponder this. The knowledge of this brings you eternal, infinite happiness. Instantly. When you begin to understand who you are, your divine nature, that you are not the body, you are not the mind. Once you understand your infinite nature, who you really are, and that there is nothing else, you immediately become instantly happy. For happiness is your very nature. Happiness and the self are synonymous. Consciousness, absolute reality, pure awareness, they are all synonymous. There is only one, though it has many names. But the one pervades all space and time. That is the only existence, and you are that. There is no other existence. Awaken to this truth. When you say, I am Brahman, don't confuse this with your body. When you understand what you're saying, when you say, I am Brahman, this will bring instant release, instant happiness, instant freedom. When you realize what you are saying, I am Brahman means I am, which has nothing to do with your body. And it is all pervading. I am does not refer to your body, yourself, your thoughts, or your experiences. I am refers to the universe, to everything that exists. Everything that exists is Brahman. Everything. And you are that. Do you realize the implications? This is what Moses meant in the Old Testament when he said, "The ground upon which I stand is holy ground." Everything is Brahman. Everything is God, so to speak. Everything. Nothing is excluded. When you truly understand this, you have reverence for all of life. Everything. You have reverence for the animals, the vegetables, the minerals, the human beings, the astral bodies, the causal bodies. Everything that exists is Brahman. It's wonderful. What peace this gives to you. What joy this gives to you. May you be in silence for the rest of your life and forever. When you really comprehend what I'm saying, it means all is well. All has always been well. But you say, what about my thoughts? What about my experiences? What about all the things I see? To whom do the thoughts come? To whom do the experiences come? Who is the seer? Who sees? What is the object seen? Inquire within yourself. What do I see? What does I see? The I. Not you, but the I. Never get the I thought with a small I mixed up with you. You are Brahman, not your body, but you. Not the I, but you. But when you say I see, you're referring to something else completely. Something that does not exist. A mirage. A hallucination. This is where the I is. The I thought is a thought. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. Learn to love the self. Not yourself as a body, but the self, which is your real existence. Everything appears, and nothing exists. Things appear to look real, and you get involved in all the nonsense of this world. Where did it get you? Nowhere. Only true awakening will bring you happiness. Not knowledge of something. Knowledge of something is temporary happiness. But true awakening comes when you transcend all knowledge. When all knowledge is left behind. Then true awakening comes. It makes sense if you think about it. As long as you have knowledge that you've collected, how can you awaken? Knowledge only tells you something exists. It appears to be real. You have the knowledge that you're a woman, you're a man, you live in a house, you live in this world. You have knowledge of physics, of mathematics, of life. What can this knowledge do for you? It cannot awaken you. Yet people are trying to acquire more knowledge. To what avail? What you really want to do is know yourself, not through knowledge, but through experience. How to experience the self. Be still. Be quiet. That's how. Nothing else. You do not have to go through long processes of yoga, meditation. It's all unnecessary. Just keep still. Quiet your mind. That is all you have to do. When you meditate on an object. This cannot awaken you. Or you have to go to the pure land of the Buddha, where there are no objects, no seer or nothing to be seen. This alone will awaken you. By thinking, constantly thinking, trying to change things, trying to make things your way, trying to acquire knowledge, you'll never awaken. Know this once and for all. The only way you will ever awaken is through silence, not through analyzation of facts, not by sorting out good and bad, but through simple silence, letting go of all thoughts, all the hurts, all the dogmas and concepts, letting go of these things daily. When you first wake up in the morning, be aware of the concepts that come to you, the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings, and let go of them, for you will become stronger. When you practice this, you'll become happier overnight. Total happiness by doing nothing. There's nowhere you have to go. There are no rituals you have to perform. By looking within yourself, your mind becomes weaker and weaker until it's finally annihilated. As you are aware, it's the mind that causes you problems. The mind tells you, I have to pay the rent this month. I've got cancer. People don't like me. Something goes wrong someplace, and you're thinking about it. This is what keeps you away from your highest good. It is thoughts like this that keep you from experiencing yourself. Where do the thoughts come from? From nowhere. They have no creator. They have no mother, no father. They just appear. They seem to appear by themselves. You never ask to think, yet the thoughts appear by themselves. Where do they come from? They have no source. When you practice self-inquiry and follow the thoughts back to their source, the whole secret is to realize there is no source to your thoughts. It is only the source that exists. But there is no source for your thoughts, for your body, for your mind. That has no source. For Brahman is self-contained, absolute reality. There are no thoughts in Brahman. Brahman is not a source. Brahman is something beyond words and thoughts, something that you alone can experience. In other words, Brahman can be experienced not as anything you're aware of now, not as a person, place, or thing, but as life experiencing itself. Ponder these things deeply. Continue to ask yourself, who am I? Who am I who worries or thinks? Who frets? Who is upset? Who always believes something terrible is going to happen? Who is this person? Where does this person come from? Who thinks like this? This person must go. You find yourself here in a body, so to speak, on this earth. But is this the truth about you? Is this who you really are? Find out. Find out who you really are. As you continue to be really silent, something will tell you. This whole thing appears as a dream. This is what the source says that you're looking for. It's a dream. You're dreaming the mortal dream right now. Destroying your beliefs in person, place, or thing as being real. You're destroying the dream image. When you dream at night, you're able to awaken in the morning. But when you get caught up in this dream, it appears to be very strong, and it's hard to wake up. Due to the fact that you keep identifying with person, place, and thing as being real, this is why you can't wake up from the dream. I'm not saying that you should ignore people. I'm saying you should stop thinking that everything comes from your mind and that your mind tells you the truth. Stop believing that everything you see is real. Do not be bothered by the vicissitudes of life. Always turn within. That is where all the answers are. Without is the dream. Within is the self. In reality, there is no real without. There is no within. But for the sake of explaining this, we have to turn within because we think we're living without. When you turn within, the within will eventually disappear, and without will eventually disappear. Everything will disappear when you begin to turn within. Yet when you awaken, everything will be the same as it is now, except you will not be a part of it. You will see things as you do now, but you will no longer be fooled. The world will no longer fool you by telling you this is right and this is wrong, this is good and this is bad. You will be finished with all of this. Remember again, why do you wish to awaken? Because you're sick and tired of this world the way it is, by the changes that take place. Everything happens here. It is false. You have happiness. You have sadness. You have good. And you have bad. When you awaken, you will never experience these things again. You will be in total bliss all of the time. And you'll keep silent. You'll keep quiet. There will be nothing to explain. Nothing to discuss, nothing to prove. Then you will become the immutable self that you've always been. This is your life. You always have the freedom to make a choice. You're always free to make a choice. Always. The choice you make depends on what you know right now. Feel how wonderful it is to sit in the silence. When thoughts come, just ignore them. Do not try to change them at all or try to stop them. Just ignore them. Let them come. Let them go. Feel the sensations in your body. Become the witness of what is going on inside of you. May you be in silence. For the rest of your life. And forever.